already drawn. I hear rumors of a place where the soul was born. And watch all the bright lights shimmer, try to see something where there is none. And I really believe that I could touch the sun. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Turn the lights down low and watch all the vampires in silhouette. I run for the hills and try to keep my head. Still a chance, we can make it. Yeah, hold on, hold on, hope. It's what I'm saying, but the words.
Would you like to sit down with me for a minute? I'd like to tell you I've been there, I've been in it. And if you feel alone, if you're scared and you're scattered, take a look at yourself. Can you think of what matters? What matters is that you're taking all the love that you have and you give it and you live it in a way I could say it's a way that radiates. What matters is that you're living in a way in which you wanna let love lead your feet when your fists wanna battle, when your gaze been rattled. What matters is all the love you provide just by being alive, all the tears that fill your cup. What matters is that you know you're a diamond in the rough, that you know you are enough, and that you know above all else, what matters is you.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to a very special Paracrew podcast. Sorry to turn my volume down. I have you guys up over here, too. I have a lot of screens. Tonight, we are here to welcome a brand new family member, well, family members, actually, to the P3 family. Squeakers just popped in. Squeakers, are you coming up here, Squeaks? Or I'm calling her out, by the way, guys. She's backstage. I'm calling her out. But anyway, we have two new family members to the P3 family, and honestly, it's an honor and a privilege to know these guys. And there she is. Squeakers is in the chat. Well, Squeakers, you can come on if you want. I don't know what you're doing. But before we get to them real quick, you guys probably noticed that was a brand new video that was just released for the Global Ghost Hunt. The Global Ghost Hunt is now partnered with Proofs, as we've announced before. So, yeah, we are actually going to be doing a special podcast on January 13th, Friday the 13th, the first one of the year. We are doing a live podcast, so be on the lookout for that, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. And speaking of a lot of fun, I have our new family member backstage. And I'll tell you what, guys, this is probably, you know what? No, you're not hiding. Get your ass up here. Hi, Squeaks.
I just be the dork today. Hey, everybody.
But we have our brother. We have our brother backstage. Our sister, Sally, has some work issues and work things she's got to do, and which is fine. Absolutely fine. But I'm excited for this one. I'm really excited. So
I am too. When I saw the name, I was like, ooh, I got to get in on this.
So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, not just welcome back to the Paracrew podcast, but welcome to the P3 family, the one and only Mr. Ken Allen, my brother.
Ken?
What's up, baby?
And there it is. It is 100% official. You heard me right, guys. Mr. Ken Allen and Mistress B have joined our P3
That's
family,
freaking awesome.
and we absolutely love you, brother.
Yep.
Absolutely love
We're
you.
excited.
I love y'all too, man.
You know, it's
everybody.
funny. Ken Squeakers, I don't know if I told you, but Ken actually approached me and said, "Hey, can you please, inform me about the P3?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, we'll chat." We talked a little bit, and he said, "How do I fucking join?" So what do I gotta do?
That's pretty much how I said it. How do I fucking join?
And I said, well, typically it goes through, our division leaders, the guys in charge, Marcus and Mr. Fedora. And I said, but you know what? I was like, let me talk to him real quick. And I got on the phone with Scott and Marcus goes, fuck yes. He's like, does he have a contract? Did you send it to him? I was like, not yet. I'm waiting to talk to you. He goes, send the contract. So for those of you who have been living under a really big rock, Ken, my brother, tell everyone a little bit about yourself and the Wizard's Table.
Ah, shit. I don't even know where to fucking begin with that shit, bro. It's just so much. There's so much scandal. Yeah. Well, I'm Ken Allen. I am a practicing sorcerer. I practice black magic primarily. I try to help people when I can or whatever. I practice many forms of the black arts. I am a Luciferian sorcerer specifically. I have a podcast called The Wizard's Table. Me and my co-host, Mistress B, is also a practitioner of the arts of magic. And basically what we do is we bring people on. We don't give a shit, paranormal investigators, practitioners of sorcery, Satanism, Luciferianism, transsexual Satan worship. We don't give a fuck, whatever, because everybody deserves a chance to come on and be who and what they are and, get their face and their name out there. So what's up, baby?
Absolutely. And there's another one of our newer P3 family members, Anthony from the Texas Wraith Hunters. Another one with an amazing podcast, Wraith World. And you know what? To be honest with you, one thing I found when I first met you, and I want to say it was Marcus himself, Minnesota Spirit Hunters Marcus, who introduced me to you. One thing I noticed is the blunt honesty on the Wizard's Table. And that is something that anymore is rare. It is so rare to find somebody like yourself and Mistress B to just come out and say, no, you know what? F you, you're wrong. This is the way it is. And here's the truth to back it up. And you will provide that.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. And people are afraid to. What's up, Brian?
There's our boy.
Get that head, baby. Let me spit on it first. Spit on it.
Speaking of
you got to be honest. You got to be blunt. You got to just to hell with all that pussyfooting around and that pansy ass snowflakey bullshit and being politically correct. Just fucking say that shit. Look, my husband told me. He said, look, it's just as bad to think it as it is to say it, so you might as well just fucking think it. And there you go.
Absolutely. And speaking of P3, yes, I know, Brian, I missed it. My apologies. I will rewatch. But Brian and Lex just had their show Through the Lens. I've said this on the show before. Amazing podcast. Another great, amazing podcast. They had our brother David Hope from Hope Paranormal on. David is another P3 family member. Honestly, David's doing some amazing stuff as well in this field. And it was awesome.
He's an awesome individual.
It was awesome to see that he was on Through the Lens. So I will definitely be watching that one. And I got to take notes because obviously Lex had to have asked the question, so I got my notebook around here somewhere ready to go. I got you, Lex. But Ken, brother, but the one thing I always like to ask on these shows is why? Why did you want to join P3? What was the interest?
I like the unity.
Hmm.
I like the unity. I like how you guys support each other. It's like a powerful alliance, you know. And for me as a sorcerer, it's all about creating and forging alliances in the spirit realm, specifically for me, with various entities. You know, for me, it's what you would consider demonic entities or whatever. But the same applies in the human world. I've created alliances in places people would not believe. I've created alliances with the local Anglican Church. I've created alliances with the Muskogee Creek tribes here in North Florida. I've created a lot of different alliances with people. Doesn't necessarily mean I jump on the bandwagon of what the Anglo-Catholic churches believe, but this particular one, I mean, there was an opportunity there to create alliance for good reasons, for the right reasons, not just to fucking use them or whatever. Yeah. And so I did that. But yeah, it's the companionship, it's the family atmosphere. You see?
Absolutely.
It's good stuff. You support each other, and yeah, how can that be wrong? How can that be wrong?
Vicky, I'm not sure. I thought I saw him on there. I believe
he did make it. I watched a little bit of it too. He did make it.
Okay.
Hi, Liz.
And you know what?
Hi, Vicky.
Ken, we've been speaking for a while now. Well, pretty much for a while, I guess. Almost a year now, I would say.
Yeah.
And you know, you and I have spoken about this before. There is a lot of negativity in this field.
Yeah.
There's a lot of backstabbing. There's a lot of issues. There's whatever. But you know what? I'm going to tell you this flat out because you know I'm open with you. We've spoken privately, and I've said I love your honesty, and you'll get nothing but it back. And I'm glad you found a home here in P3. I'm glad you found this community, and same with Mistress B, because I know you guys have gone through a lot, and you know, to say welcome is kind of cliche, but we are definitely honored to have you into this family, and I hope we can all live up to the expectations of not just yourself and Mistress B, but with everyone in P3. I hope we all live up to everyone's expectations. There's another one. Mm-hmm. So I did want to ask you, since this is the time of the year, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. So I wanted to ask you a little bit early, what are you thankful for? What's Mr. Ken Allen thankful for?
Oh, shit. Simple things, man. You know, just like a regular mortal, simple things. I'm grateful for family. I'm grateful for my son. I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head.
Awesome.
I'm grateful to wake up every day on this side of the realm. I'm grateful that I have the freedoms in this country to do what I want to do regarding my spiritual and occult practices. So there's a lot to be grateful for, just like any other person. Just because I do what I do doesn't mean, I'm grateful for pitchforks and hellfire.
Which actually, that just asked of me not too long ago. I was in another stream. Yeah, I know. I'm a stream whore. I don't care. I had a link, and I'm like, yep, I'm gone.
You keep saying that.
Hey, Brian started that one. Brian John Laverty said that's what I was, and you know what? I'm going to own that shit. But it was actually asked, what is a Luciferian? And I know I can give my answer.
There's different, I hate to use the word denomination, but for simplicity, we'll say different denominations of Luciferianism. Now, Luciferianism is not synonymous with Satanism. There are some commonalities, but there's obviously very strong differences. Luciferianism is about enlightenment and expanding your knowledge intellectually, especially spiritually, and becoming your own. Well, this is similar to Satanism, is becoming your own God, becoming your own deity, We don't bow before gods or goddesses or anything like that, but we do work with these entities. It's very similar to, it's polytheistic, it's very pagan-like, but we view a lot of the classical 72 demons that you would find in the Goetia, in the Lemegeton, as what they really are. And what is the 72 demons? These classical demons, they're actually ancient deities that were demonized by organized religion. And those are the entities that we work with. We do not necessarily worship them in the sense of the word that most people understand worship to be. We give them honor. We give them honor and respect, and they in turn do the same thing to us. I do not sacrifice animals or people or any of that shit. Look, when I'm working with these entities, I will sacrifice a good bottle of merlot and a lot of incense.
That's commitment.
To the said entity.
That is very commitment, because mine usually only gets Jack Daniels.
I'd give up Jack Daniels, but a good bottle of Merlot, maybe. It might be a little reservation.
The better you give, the better you get.
True.
It's a give and take relationship.
You can't get one of those little tiny, single shots of the barefoot wine.
No.
Can't give that.
That shit won't even. Yeah, go ahead. No, I was going to say that I don't even know if that shit would give you a buzz, would it?
If you drink it fast enough, yes, and I'd be more than happy to prove that, because I love a good wine. I love a good wine. Wine, I don't know. So why wine though? Why the Merlot? I'm just curious right now.
Yeah. The Merlot, it's a rich wine. It's been used for centuries for those purposes, and based on my personal experience, the spirits do seem to like it. Now, I got some spirits that love the Merlot. I got some spirits that like black, strong coffee. I've worked with a lot of trickster spirits that prefer Pabst Blue Ribbon. Seriously, I'm not kidding.
Down in the South, maybe. Okay, I'll give you that one.
I do practice. I do practice voodoo. So when working with the voodoo spirits, the Loa or the Mysteries, they really, a lot of them like. It depends. Like Dumbala likes white wine. Papa Legba likes strong black coffee with Jamaican rum in the coffee.
Okay.
I guess it would make sense to have that different spirits with like different alcohol or different drinks. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I don't give Merlot to all of them across the board, But when I'm working with the what I call the demonic divine, it's usually Merlot as a go-to. Now, sometimes I will prick my finger and I will let some of my blood mix into the glass or the offering bowl with the Merlot in it. Or sometimes I will take a candle and let me get one here. I'll take like a black candle, prick my finger, and I will put my blood on the wick, and then I will burn that as an offering or to get their attention. Blood's a big deal, man. Blood's a big fucking deal. But still, there's no killings and murderings and all that crazy shit,
Tanner's actually asking a good question, and I'll let you answer this one, brother. So with wine, is the value of the trade based on price or quality?
Normally it's based, let me tell you why it's based on price. Because you're giving so much of yourself to obtain this item to give it in as a offering. You see what I mean? Did that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I could go out and I could still buy a good tasting wine for $20, or I could bust $80 and get a more expensive, but yet still good tasting, strong Merlot. And I'm going to get more out of it because I've sacrificed more.
So it goes off of the dollar amount, just to clear things up. You're giving more of your dollars. So
I mean, money is a trade system we use. Now, if this was, however many centuries ago, it would be 12 furs for whatever bucket of mead,
Mm-hmm. I see PDX started a raid. You guys are... So, and I'm really, really, really glad that you actually said you prick your fingers, because I know a lot of people, when you say about blood, blood offering or a
Yeah.
sacrifice,
Yeah.
a lot of people will sit there and say, "You slit your wrist," and you see like what you see on the movies. You know what I mean?
So dangerous.
And
I'm not fucking slitting my wrist for nobody. No.
So I'm glad you said that. I'm really glad you said that because a lot of people have that misconception.
Now
So-
I do read runes. I
Mhm.
read runes. I write in runes fluently. I've been doing that since I was 16. Now, when I made my runes, I use what's called the 24 Elder Futhark, and
Yes.
I blooded my runes. I actually you usually do that over a period of time, but I sat down during one session.
Oh, geez.
Candles lit, offerings going, offering bowl filled, incense going, and I pricked every damn finger. I had to prick them a few times to blood these runes, but I wanted that power. I wanted that sacrifice and to give that life to these runes. And then when you're done bloodying them, you give some of your life force energy because the runes are semi-sentient entities.
Of course. So one thing I'd like to ask, and usually I say this for the Paracrew podcast, but fuck it, whatever. If somebody wants to start Luciferian or is looking into it, what is your best suggestion? Some advice for them.
I really recommend you read read Shakespeare. You better read. I'm not kidding. Read Shakespeare, and then pick up as many books as you can by Michael W. Ford.
Okay, all right.
And get the Satanic Bible written by Anton Szandor LaVey. It's only like $9 or $10. Read it. The philosophy is sound.
I agree with Unknown. It sounds very interesting. And Raymond, really, don't let him sway you. Ken, don't. No.
I like it when you call me Big Papa.
Listen.
Thinking the same thing.
Listen. I just can't. Little shout out to our Paralinks family. But no, the fact of the matter is there's a lot of misconceptions. Let's be honest here. There's a lot of misconceptions with Luciferian, Satanist, and everything like that. And honestly, I think you and I have spoken about this before, Ken. And I know, Squeakers, you and I have. It's a matter of perspective.
Sure, almost everything is.
Obviously, if there's a light, there has to be a dark. Sometimes that boundary between what's good and evil is just a matter of your thought process, your opinions, and the way you look at it. And honestly, like it says in the bottom there, Ken, brother, what you are doing, what you have been doing, I fully support it. 110%. I support you, support Mistress B. I love you guys to death. And honestly, you have every conversation that you and I have had, I've learned something new, including this one. We've you teach. That is what you do. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I've actually, I'm not trying to go out. It's funny. I'm not trying to go out of my way to teach. I guess it just fucking happens. I don't know.
And especially with my hard and thick head, to get it through, you're doing a good job.
But read the complete works of Shakespeare. Read any and all books by Michael W. Ford, and also read the Satanic Bible by Anton LaVey.
Okay.
Right. And there's two types of Satanism. There's two types of Satanism. You have theistic Satanism, where you do believe in an actual Satan is an enemy. First of all, Satan isn't even a fucking name. That's just a title. Anybody can be a Satan.
I love how you say that.
Anybody can. Satan is adversary or adversarial. Anybody can be that. Anybody that's gotten your way or tried to stop you from doing whatever, that they have acted as a Satan in your life. But anyway, Anton LaVey Satanism is atheistic. And then, of course, you have too many authors for me to name right now, of theistic Satanism. Same way with Luciferianism. But I like Michael W. Ford's work. It's very well balanced with regards to theistic and non-theistic. So you get a taste of all of it.
Okay. So then let me. I already know this, and I hate asking questions that I already know the answer to. I just feel awkward. But I'd love to get your thoughts. A lot of people obviously are more towards the negative side of it and everything like that. Give us, if you could, a couple key points of the positives that Luciferian and Satanist, or satanic, whatever you want to call what are some positives that they promote? I don't even want to say preach; it just promote.
Individuality, self-empowerment. You know, I don't believe in turning the other cheek, fucking ever, because the first time you do that, you're a fucking slave to somebody. Somehow, you're a fucking slave. I'll give you an example. I was called in one time. I know you were on Bigfoot and the Bunny last night, and you guys were talking about possessions and stuff like that. I actually watched it today. I didn't get to finish it, but whatever. I've dealt with possessions before. I've dealt with full-on possessions. I've seen fucking crazy supernatural shit. I've seen it. Mm-hmm. I don't talk about it as much anymore, but just to basically, they had called several people in, including Catholic priests or whatever, and then it was an old woman. It was an old woman. She was like 70-something years old. About 4 hours east of me. Or I'm sorry, 4 hours west of me. Mm-hmm. And they had called all these people in, Reiki people, Catholic people, whatever. Nothing was, I think they even called in some Pentecostals and shit. Nothing worked, right? And so a friend of a friend got a hold of me, and long story short, I went over there, and basically what I did was it was what you would consider a demonic entity. So what I did was I called upon its superior. Mm-hmm. And I made the proper offerings, and I did my thing, and its superior basically made it leave this woman.
Okay.
Very positive shit. And I approached it with Luciferian sorcery, Luciferian magic, by contacting a higher ranking demon. This was a low ranking demon, one I never even fucking heard of before.
Makes sense. Because I don't know if everybody knows, but demonics and even angelics have a hierarchy system. There is. It's just like a chain of command, if you will. If you've ever, noticed the military, if you've ever been in the military, it's a chain of command. Mm-hmm. So what he's basically saying is he went to the boss. He went to this demon's boss.
That is what makes them very rare in a sense.
Say that again, baby. What'd you say? Me?
Would you say that, in a sense, outside of working with demons, that's what makes them very rare if you're not working with them? Because everybody wants to control a house goes a demon.
Yeah. No, it's so fucking rare. You're right. Me and Matt even talked about this once before. Everything's a fucking demon. Oh, it's a demon. Oh, it's a demon. Oh, it's a demon. Oh, it's a demon. First of all, that shit is so fucking rare. It's so incredibly rare, especially a full-on. Human spirits can possess people. Human spirits can oppress people. Human spirits can scratch and bite and cause bruising and sickness and make you feel nauseous to your stomach. Human spirits do that shit way more than any kind of a demonic does that shit. In fact, I've had to deal with. I've had to cast out what you would consider a celestial or an angel out of a young couple's house one time because it was pissed off. I had to cast one of those out. And I called upon the demon Ouroboros to do that, to cast out this fucking angel, because he was showing his ass. So not all angels are good, not all demons are bad. We got to get away from that mode of thinking. It's not all binary. It's not all binary.
I'm glad you said that, because I've said it on this show before. I've been scratched, pushed, bitten. The bite actually hurt like hell, but I'll tell you what, it was interesting. But you're absolutely right. It's everybody is so quick to jump to the demonic.
They really are. I've heard a lot of it lately, and I'm like,
if you're going to claim to be a fucking demonologist, you need to study demonology.
Exactly.
You need to study demon, not just from from Catholic teachings. You need to study. Sure, incorporate that Catholic demonology. Jewish demonology, Hindu demonology, Tibetan Buddhist, Japanese, China. You need to, if you're going to claim to be a demonologist, you better be fucking studying all of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta at least know the majority of it, because otherwise you shouldn't be messing with it.
You need to study. You need to study the. You need to study the jinn. You need to study the jinn.
Now, I did. This brings up another question that I just thought of because none of this is scripted. Because fuck that shit. So let me ask you: we've heard of demonics, and I'm going the true demonic, the true demon possessing people. What about the flip side? Can an angelic being come in and they came in and possess people?
I personally have never experienced that yet. I say yet because with what I do, you never fucking know.
True.
But based on, through logical deduction, based on what I experienced and what I had to do with regards to that angelic that was harassing these poor fucking people, I would say, yeah, absolutely. I 100% believe that an angel can and could possess someone.
That's one thing I've said too, is anything in the paranormal is possible.
Yeah, anything. There are no hard and fast rules in the paranormal. There are no hard and fast rules in the occult.
Well, I'm going to hit these two comments. Knowledge is key, absolutely unknown. And I've said that before. And none of us are experts by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
But Raymond is here to derail, and I love him for it. Well, Ken, what kind of sexy... I'm going to change this. What kind of sexy is Brian for you? Brian John.
I just messed with him. That's all that is. Yeah. I just like Brian. I like Brian.
This is the family.
Yeah, I don't really want to make love to his head or anything like that. I will. I'm gonna rub that son of a bitch one day though. I'm gonna rub his fucking head, y'all. That shit's gonna happen.
I think most of us would. I really do. Ashley says the Bible kind of says angels can, and when it talks about you may entertain angels unaware, I take that as an angel. I can see that. I can see that. I can 100%. I look at it as the Holy Spirit.
But here's the thing: when an angel shows up in the Bible, the first fucking thing it says is "Fear ye not." Why? Because 99.9% of the time, when an angel shows up, it's fixing to fuck some shit up, baby.
Well, and I've heard it said that there's been studies now that angels are not what we think. They're not what you see, Christmas time. It's going to be Christmas here soon.
No.
Not like humans. They're not little like cupids flying around.
They're not humanoid. They're not humanoid.
No, not even close.
They're like something from another dimension, which essentially they are from another dimension. Because the thing is, if heaven truly does exist, and if hell truly does exist, it's not in the sky, it's not in the earth, it's in another dimension.
Absolutely.
It would have to be.
Stephen Wooder, Big Papa Pun. I'm keeping that name. I don't care. But what is up, my brother? Much love to Stephen. Yeah. Raymond says no, they're not. I mean, I've seen a couple of artist renditions of angels and angelics and thousands of eyes.
Yes.
Wings.
6 to 12 wings, the head of a bull, the ram, a man, a lion, serpent, even.
Well, no wonder they're saying fear me not.
Fear you not.
Something like that comes across. I mean, nothing against any demonics or angelics, but I'm sorry, but if I'm walking down the street and I see something with 1,000 eyes, 6 wings,
and it walks up to you and it says, "Fear you not,"
I'm gonna seriously look at my pack of cigarettes and go, "What the hell is in here?"
But remember,
someone spiked my.
But remember, when it's walking up to you looking like that, it's going to be saying, "Fear ye not." So
And
that's supposed to help.
And I'm going to say too fucking late.
And what do you do? Run or do you stay? What do you do? Do you run, stay? Do you help it out? Do you
No, do you know what I would do? Honestly, I'd go click.
Yeah, you'd probably have it'd probably be shaky. Probably be shaky.
I don't know. I would honestly.
You think you could stay calm during some shit like that?
I don't know.
My big butt would probably be running.
I don't know. Oh wait, Vicky says, "Oh, Andrea's from Abyss." Okay, cool. Well, welcome.
Now, it's been my experience when working with the demonic that I've never seen anything horrible Never seen anything nightmarish. They've always, and of course, they will show themselves to different people in different ways, but it's always been very calming and very beautiful, very tranquil, and very beautiful of form as well.
You were telling me, I think it was yesterday, you were telling me that Lucifer doesn't even look like what we portray. Like a lot of people think, big red guy, horns, pitchfork, and poking.
No.
You were saying he looks completely different.
Based on now I can't speak for everyone, but based on my experience, and I've had this experience hundreds of times. Yes, very, very beautiful, almost androgynous, but male figure. Beautiful.
Could you say that's the
I
same?
would say between the ages of 35 and maybe 40 or 45, 35, 45, somewhere like that. But beautiful.
Would you say that's kind of like could be where everybody sees something different when they call upon or see St. Michael's?
Yeah, I mean, because I think they show up the way that that person. I think it depends on the person. Like if you got it built up in your mind, if you're going to go summon a demon, Matt Barron, and you're going into that shit, if you manage to do it, and you go into that shit and you're scared shitless, of course you're going to see some fucked up shit.
You know what? I can easily summon a demon. I think I have my ex's phone number in here somewhere. I'll have to look. That woman was definitely evil.
I know I can get a hold of mine on Facebook, but I don't want to take that chance, man. That's a bad day.
Hey, I've got an ex. It's been 22 years ago. I had an ex, and oh man, this creature. Anyway, go ahead, y'all.
No, you're right. You're right. And I don't mean any disrespect. Oh yes, I do. Fuck that bitch. But I don't know. Like, I would rather date that chick from The Ring that pops out of the TV. Like, she'd be more entertaining. Definitely more flexible. Just, no, I don't know.
Honestly,
yeah, she's got pretty hair.
Probably, yeah, definitely. If I actually imagine Smeagol and that chick from The Ring had a kid, that's my ex. That's what she looks like. Like, it's
okay,
weird.
Well, here's the thing. Having a kid is one thing, but the procreation activity, that would be horrible in and of itself. Just watching that shit.
Yeah, some debauchery that I don't even think any of our channels can handle.
My precious.
She's sitting there cuddling after you, my precious. Well, I was hungry, but as always, this show goes on a tangent and goes really fucking far. But you know what? That's what is amazing, and what I absolutely love about not just Ken, Mistress B, Squeaks, but all you guys. This is why we do what we do. This is why the P3 was started. This is why the Paracrew was started. This is why Paranormal Consultant was started. For this reason: networking, camaraderie, having fun, and honestly, not caring what anybody else says.
Damn right.
It's starts coughing. Yeah. Fuck you, Raymond. But I love Raymond. But hey, Parasolo. But honestly, this is an amazing group. This is an amazing P3 family, and it's gotten that much better with Ken and Mistress B. And honestly, I can guarantee you guys there's going to be more. There's going to be more. And it's because of these amazing people. And Ken, you told us what you're thankful for. I said it on Emmy's show. That's who I just came from. But I'm going to say it right here, right now to everybody here listening and watching in the future. I'm thankful for each and every one of you. Even those people out there who talk shit about me and talk down about me, I'm thankful for you because you finally are showing the truth. You are now showing me that I can't trust you. You're showing me your darkness and your negativity. And you know what? I thank you for that. Thank you for finally being honest. and to everybody that has watched this show and supported Squeakers, Lurker, myself, my wife, and everybody who we associate with, everybody up here, I thank you for being you. I am thankful for literally all of you. And you guys have gotten me through a hell of a lot more than what you know. And it all starts with one person. You know, these past 2 years, my family has grown that much more. And you guys become better family to me than my own blood. And that's
I
what
got
I'm
to tell you,
thankful
man,
for.
since we started good stuff, but since we started the Wizard's Table, our shit, we fucking skyrocketed, man. I had no idea we would be, you know, this popular or whatever, but it's just went fucking crazy, man. It's a lot to keep up with.
And it is. And we may not, here's the thing. We may not be able to network and talk all the time. But you know what? I want everyone to understand that everybody in the P3, everybody who has been in the audience, who's been a support network, and those just joining in, you newcomers, you guys, I think about every day. You guys are the ones, like when I got this new job, I'm starting it tomorrow. My first thought, and you can ask Squeaks, my first thought was, how can we cover the shows? How can the shows keep going on? Can my schedule allow it? I don't know yet. I don't know the answer, but we'll find it out. But our concern is keeping the shows going because it's not just for us, but it's for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And the P3 is one hell of a support group and a family. And we are honored and privileged to have not just Ken Allen and Mistress B, but everybody. And everybody is welcome. You do not have to be a member of the paranormal community. Don Vic, Victor Santiago, and the Don Vic Show are prime examples of that.
That's right.
As long as you show support and as long as you are positive and you want to help build this community in a constructive way, you are welcome. That simple.
Yep. Don't think we're ever ignoring you guys, because if you think that way, please give us a shout out and we will try and help in any way we can. Everybody has jobs or stuff on the outside of the paranormal that we do, so we're not trying to ignore anybody.
No. And, you know, I know we've kind of touched on this a little bit, but there's a group of us that we started playing Phasmophobia, right? We actually were talking about maybe doing some lives, but you know what? We're just having fun now. It might come a time where we'll go live. I mean, I did a live a couple weeks. Was it last week or this week?
I think so. I think it was last week.
But yeah, we were talking about, you know, starting up a thing, but you know what? We're just having fun. And if anybody plays Phasmophobia, let us know, because we would love to have more people join. Raymond says it was last Sunday. But yeah, if anybody wants to join our little group, that's cool. We're just having fun. And Keith, that'll be shown here in just a moment, because we have the new updated P3 video with none other than the Wizard's Table in it. I am so excited. So I'm going to end. Oh, there he is. There's Victor. He had a great show today, too. He had a great show today.
He did. I watched it. It was beautiful. Show.
Really great show.
Good show.
And Steven, we just love you. That's why.
Yep. Exactly. I got to pull your leg.
Deal with it. This is what the family does. This is what the family does. We fuck around with you. I thought you'd be used to that by now with Howard. But anyway, so Victor, just letting you know, brother, we have a new family member. Well, 2 new family members right here. Ken Allen, Mistress B, have just joined the P3. So again, guys, Ken, welcome. And to Mistress B, if you're watching this later, welcome to you. We love you both to death. And
I appreciate it greatly from the bottom of my dark, sooty heart. I appreciate it.
And we love it.
That's a new one on me. I love that.
So, Ken, brother, if you want, go ahead, give your channel one more shout out. And actually, when is the next Wizard's Table? When is that?
Yeah. So, podcast is called The Wizard's Table. We talk about all things paranormal, occult, whatever. We don't care. And we will be starting after January 8th. Right now, Mistress B will be, in a few days, she'll be heading up to Washington State, which is where she's from originally. And I'm going to be taking a little break too. I've got a whole lot of shit going on as well, because this Friday I'm actually started co-hosting with Brian James on his new show called Hollywood Haunts. So a lot of shit going on, man. You know, I talked to Lucifer for 3 days in a row, and I was like, I need more shit to do. Well, goddamn, did he deliver?
Well, hopefully, if I'm better by then, hopefully I'll be joining you guys on Brian's thing on Friday. So.
And depending on my work schedule, I might pop in.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't know. I mean, we're both crazy as fuck. This shit might go just, it's going to blow up. It's going to be crazy, man.
What's up, Greg? How you doing, brother? Long time no see. Just saw Greg last night on the show. Scotty Too Hottie. What is up, my brother? What is up? Well, again, Ken, on behalf of all of us here in the P3 family, we love you. We welcome you to the family, and keep doing you, brother, because you is fucking awesome.
You know I will, baby.
All right. Much love to you, and much love to everybody in the audience. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. You will actually be able to see me tomorrow night on the Parrot Proud podcast, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I got no fucking idea what I'm doing, so join in. Maybe we'll figure it out together. So we're going to end tonight with none other than the updated P3 video. So much love, everybody. And there's only one thing left for me to say. Y'all have yourselves a great rest of your night. Have fun. Stay safe. And as always, guys, happy hauntings.
It's been coming up like sun above. It's making us come together. Been making plans and joining hands. Come by me, stand and come together. When they know we've had enough, they'll try and call our bluff. But no, there's no stopping us. We're making a promise. Yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh, yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh, yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. They say we're weak when we don't speak, but they don't see us come together. Behind closed doors, we choose love, not war. It's at our core when we come together. They will hear us loud and clear. We'll walk right through the fear, and then once we'll all appear and say, we're standing right here. Come on. Yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh, yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting